Unleash the power of purpose with impactful business voices, hosted by Nancy Baki and Anita Larsen. Each week, you'll be inspired by stories from companies that are making a real difference in the world, and you'll learn practical tips on how to grow your business with an impact.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. And thank you for listening to Impactful Business Voices podcast and our monthly Business Lounge episode. Anita and I are always excited for this one. Every Tuesday, we showcase business owners that make an impact with their business on the world and on their clients. But today, last Tuesday of every month, we're always sharing our resources and experience to really help businesses grow, to continue to make an impact, not just for themselves, but themselves and the rest of the world and who they are helping. So we're going to be sharing a lot of valuable information, and we recommend get your pen, get your notepad, do it the old school way, or obviously do it on your computer notes, whatever you prefer, but get ready to take notes through today's topic. We're your hosts. I'm Nancy Baki.
And I'm Anita Larsen. Welcome. And today's topic is annual planning. Now, we know today's Halloween for those of you who are watching us live. So happy Halloween. And this is one of the scariest times of the year. So it's very fitting that we have this on Halloween. For many business owners, this is scary. Annual planning is not a fun undertaking. For others, it may be one of the most exciting and important times, which that's how it should be. We want to make it not scary for you, because this is when we really take a look back at our successes, our challenges. What did we do last year? Find out what did we learn? What insights did we get from everything that happened in 2023? And then how can we take those learnings into next year and put it to use to see our business grow even further? So your annual planning can make or break your business. We hope that us covering this topic today is going to help you get through annual planning with ease and confidence and really set you up for success next year.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Nancy, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, absolutely. So you said it right. I mean, the first thing that we need to do is reflect on the past year that we went through, right? So if you're really ready, I'm not just talking about the word ready. I'm talking about really ready, mentally prepared, pen and paper, calendar, ready to really do it. And you're really ready to take your business game to that next step, the one that's in your dreams, the one that you desire, right? You're in the right place today. So first, let's talk about the importance of reflection. Every strategic plan does begin by understanding where you're currently standing. So it's just like mapping a journey for yourself. Where have you been? So if you don't know where your starting point is, you can't effectively plan your route, right? So you have to understand about what worked, what didn't, gain insights into creating more of a refined strategy or strategies. And one of the most critical things that I've learned this year, it's really the value of adaptability. We've seen so many market shifts and how businesses have had no choice but to adjust to really make it in our world, right? And one of the major takeaways, is resilience. Most businesses, or many businesses, especially those that we've worked with, they're facing challenges, but they bounce back stronger using their challenges as learning experiences and growth. So important, find out what's behind everything in your business. And I promise you, or we promise you, it's going to help you guide to move you better to a better forward in your business.
Yeah, and it's so true. And I think it's so important to never look back at your challenges as failures. They were never failures. They were learning experience. Without challenges, you can't grow. It's as simple as that. You have to learn and find better ways to do things. So if you look back on the past year and you see, oh no, I did this wrong, I should have done this. Well, okay, well now you didn't know that before it happened, right? So that's where your learning experiences come in. So now you can do it better next year. So I just want to emphasize that, because that is going to happen. It's a given. It's going to happen. Yeah. But don't look at it as a negative. It's definitely not a negative.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the next step. So now you kind of look back, what happened last year? What were my challenges? What were my successes? Now you need to take a look at what happened to the competition and the market in the last year. So if you don't do this on a regular basis, definitely at least do it for your annual planning. Do competitive research. You have to find out what's going on around you. So look at what the competition doing, how have they evolved. It's just so critical to be proactive when it comes to competitive research. And I've seen businesses just find new opportunities simply because they keep an eye on the competition and what's going on in the market. So constantly monitoring the competition. It's really key. So it will help you identify gaps and trends in the market, and it helps you quickly take advantage of opportunities that show up from that. There are ways you can use technology to monitor it, but really, it's just key that you do it. Get it. Do You can call your competitors. You can go to their website. You can go to their events. There are so many ways you can monitor your competition. You can go to their stores if they have physical stores. Look at their marketing material. Look at their websites. Look at what type of advertising they're doing. What kind of products and services are they offering now? How are they positioning themselves in the market? Just what are their pricing? That's also, of course, very important. What's their pricing compared to yours? Go and do your competitive research and find out how you stack up to your competition and where are there opportunities that somebody's not taking advantage of. So look into opportunities for leveraging technology and possibly AI these days and see how you can use that to make the process more efficient. But the key is just do it.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that the most important thing also is when you are going to be researching your competition. I mean, I have a few things. One, don't go and think everything that they're doing is right. Just go look
Right.
what they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then you have to do more research after that. That's really, really important. It's just like, somebody calling you and say, hey, I'm going to do your Facebook ad or whatever that they're going to do. And they're going to go and look at your competition. It doesn't matter what you do. Like we all do differences. So it's really important. Compare yourself. What do you do different? And when you're looking at pricing,
Mm-hmm.
compare apple to apple, right? So if I'm selling A and mine is B, which is, I don't know, two different products, two different services, whatever, it's different. You're not comparing apple to apple. So just make sure you're on the same page when you're doing that.
Yeah, that's very true, Nancy. And not only being on the same page, but you have to take out of it what works for your business, because your business should represent your values and your mission, your vision. So if somebody else is doing something that sounds exciting, but you look at that, you're like, well, that's not really me. That's not my business. Then keep that in mind. Don't try to be what somebody else is.
Absolutely.
Which I know you're going to go into this. So hopefully that was a good segue. So I'll let you continue on that.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Perfect, Anita. That's why we complement each other, my friend. So listen, the next part of what we want to do and teach you out here is branding and values. I know Anita absolutely loves this section. She's so great at it. Honestly, guys, this is the time to really sit down and review how you've been evolved as a business since last year, right? Is your mission and vision still relevant? Is it the same? Are there changes? Have you changed your values? What are some of the things that are relevant, not just for your business to consider, but with your clients? Have things changed? When you're looking at, what was involved with everything, have you had to make certain tweaks, certain changes, go a different direction? Have your clients maybe had a new problem that they needed to be solved and you heard about it? Right? Look at all these little things and put them in different segments. We've observed many businesses evolving, alongside their customers. And if we don't look at what our customers are doing, not doing, needing, we're not doing what we need to keep these clients for long term. They're paying you guys for whatever it is. let's work on that part and understand, why are they staying? Why are they leaving? Who is regularly revisiting you and who is not, and why, right? Just make sure that you have all those answers to those questions. Is your product or service lined up and still relevant based to the current situation that's in your client's life? All these things, take the time to go through them again. You just want to make sure that if there's any changes, that you know it now before 2024 starts. And then you're like, I wish I did that in October, November 2023. Do it now.
Yeah. And we've done previous business launch episodes on specifically mission and vision. And I think one of the key things we said in that episode was just because you wrote down your mission and vision is not etched in stone. You need to change it and update it. So as your business evolve and as you evolve as a person, your business is going to reflect you as a person, and your mission and vision and your values are going to reflect you as a person. So this is the time to sit down and take another look, a fresh look at your mission, your vision, and your values. Has anything changed? Does it still resonate with you? Is this still how you want to do business? Or are you looking at other directions? And if you are, how has your customer avatar changed? Which we also covered that in a previous episode, right? Yep. How has your customer avatar changed? You have to revisit that as well. And along that, just like Nancy said, comes your pricing and your products or your product line.
And actually, before we go there, use surveys. Surveys are such a great way to ask questions. Don't go and ask 55 questions. Ask 5 to 7 maximum. Don't ask more than that to those looking at you. Maybe they're not your clients anymore. And those who are your clients, ask them what you want to know and how you can help them, right? There's so many different strategies you could use. I just said I'll pop one of them for you so that you can put it on your to-do list and get it done to start helping you get your 2024 planned.
I want to recognize Russ's comment here because he does have such an amazing mission. He says his mission is help more people, help more people. I love that. It's so
I love it.
Simple and straightforward, and it makes an impact. So love it, Russ. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so next, pricing and product. So as we mentioned, Nancy just mentioned it as well, this is the time to review your product, your service lineup. As you're looking at your business branding and your values, does the product itself, the services you provide, do they still reflect what your business is right now, who your business is right now? So look at it in detail before you go as far as setting your goals and developing your marketing plan. Look at your services and your products. You need to, the best way to do this is really break down every product and service you sell and look at the sales and the profit margin of each individual one to see if they are, one, making money. Are you making money from this product or service? Because if you're not, should you really have it? Well, that depends on number two, is there a demand for it, right? So sometimes if there's a product that there's a high demand for, people are coming to you for this product, you're really not making a lot of money off of it, but they might end up purchasing other products or services at the same time, but they're coming for this one. So it still may be worth keeping it, even if you're not making a lot of money off that specific product. So keep those two things in mind, demand and profit margin.
Yeah.
And it should also be very helpful pulling back your competitive research here and take a look at what your competition is doing. Have they announced new products? Have they dropped some old products or services that they felt they no longer needed? So just keep in mind what they did and consider why did they do that to see if it's something that's relevant for you or not. And of course, I always like to look at the competitive research as the way to find opportunities. So you want to look at what services and products are they not selling that your customers may need? Where's the gap here that you can jump in and take advantage of? That's the most important part to me. Yeah. So even if you're not planning, you do all this research and you figure out, okay, well, I'm good with what I have, and that's fine. But to keep your business fresh, you may consider repackaging some product, create some bundles, make sure you have something specific for upselling, downselling, and cross-selling. So I'm not saying you have to add some new products and services, but look at what you have. Could some of them be refreshed and repackaged and positioned a little differently? So just look at it with fresh eyes.
Yeah. And, this is very, very important. This can make or break a business. I have seen, actually, we've seen so many businesses, and I'm talking about startups and businesses who've been in business for many years, not make money on a product or a service and keep on continuing to lose money. And at the end, they have to close down their business because they didn't do that properly.
Yeah.
That is so important. Number one. Number two, that research of this product and service before you spend any money on distribution, on all that, find out if they want it. Just because your competition is doing it doesn't mean that it's actually working, right? So it's really important. Take the time to go out and speak to them, right? So yeah, no, I think that was great. This is a big one. Again, we've seen so many companies and little things like she said, bundling, upsell, cross-sell, downsell. Guys, listen, it's very simple. It takes a little time to put them together, but you could use that for life. And if you do it, you're going to make more revenue. So I'm not sure what is the issue. Just do it. So guys, next part, which kind of has to do with what we just spoke about. It's that financial positioning. Everything is surrounded under that. It's a critical area that really cannot be ignored. Because, every year when we sit down with our clients, I mean, I can't stress enough that transformative power of going through that financial review. It's not just about looking at numbers. It's really about understanding what they mean. How can they shape the future of their life, their business's life, their employees' life? We've really seen a true positive direction for many businesses that we've taken them through this. It's really important, guys. Take a look back, analyze your revenue goals. What happened last year? What didn't work? What met your goals? Why? Why not? All these things, you want to dig it. And this is not a 5-minute job. Please don't just put like 15, 20 minutes in your calendar. Put yourself some time. Sit with the right people in your business that can, maybe you have a partner, maybe you have a VP, CEO. I mean, if you're an entrepreneur, that's okay. Sit with somebody that knows you, loves you, trusts you, that it's about your business. It's not about them, right? Were there any surprises that you need to account for next year so that you're not going to go through that again? What have you learned? That it's not about the failure. We look at failures as great things because you're learning to make things better, right? And then you want to look at strategies for creating that budget and the projections that you have for next year. Some people have no idea what they're going to be making next year.
Yeah.
That's because they don't know how. Guys, please, if you don't know how, connect with Anita or myself. This is one of the most crucial things. Some people are still going to, I'm not sure what kind of money it's coming next week, right? So consider what you've done so far. Review your own business, your values, your business values, your values. Look at how your customers have changed. What are they looking for? Do that competitive research to see what that competition is doing. And there's many competitions. You don't have to just look in your area. Look in different states, different cities. Different things happen, right? There's different ideas. I mean, what's happening in Montreal and what's happening in Florida are two complete different ways, right? So look in other cities, do that analysis, and look at different markets. Really, all of this should really help you create projections and really help shape what you want in your business so that your next year is better than what this year, right? What is it in your eyes? What happened this year? What do you want it to look at next year, right? A few strategies that that we want to share with you just to be able to consider. One, diversify revenue streams. Don't put it all in one, all your eggs in one basket. Whether you're introducing a new product line or you're tapping into a market, or you're even leveraging digital platforms in an innovative way, just have different multiple revenue channels so that, again, in case any unforeseen market shifts, there's still revenue coming in, right? Again, these are things that we can teach you and we could show you and coach you through it and really show you how to do this for your business so that it's long term. But right, these are equally vital to optimizing your expenses. Cut some unnecessary costs, have some smarter investments that can really significantly boost that profitability that you're looking to increase, right? There's so many things that one you've noticed, but things that you haven't noticed as well. Sit with somebody to see what you're not noticing as well. It's not just your eyes. That's what we do every day. And reach out to somebody that you truly, again, non-judgmental, somebody that is truly looking to your next and your future of next year. We've noticed that the businesses that are proactive, the ones that are not just tracking but they're consistently analyzing and projecting their financials, they're the ones that have less challenges because they're pivoting effectively, quickly, not just one-minded. They're not alone. And it's really important that budgets and projections for the next year, they're not just, again, setting just numbers on a piece of paper, but they're about crafting a vision, elaborating on your mission. It's all really boiling down to learn from your past, being agile in the present, and really innovating for your future so that you're different than the rest. Yeah, I mean, covered a lot
Oh,
there.
amazing. You know me, and you know how big of a nerd I am with the numbers and budgeting and projections and all that fun stuff. And I recognize that not everybody is like me. And I think this piece, the financials and the projections and keeping track of your budgets, setting your budget, I think is really overwhelming to a lot of business owners. But it's so important to do it and to do it right. And knowing what to expect and knowing where you want to go. So
Yeah.
if it's something that you as a business owner just really struggle with, definitely you should reach out to somebody to help you through it. And you feel free to reach out to us, but reach out to somebody.
Yeah, it's important not just for the future. It's not just for tomorrow. It's actually for now.
Yeah.
It's important to learn from the past so that now gets better and tomorrow gets even better.
And that goes right into the next section, which is setting clear goals.
Yes.
If it's hard for you to set clear goals if you don't have your projections and your financial projections in place and your budgeting, knowing what you did financially and where do you want to be going forward.
Yes.
So now that we looked at that, it's time to set your goals. Make sure you set SMART goals. They have to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And it's also super important to have both short-term and long-term goals. The short-term goals kind of what's going to keep motivate you and give you the direction for right now and keep you motivated as you hit them, knowing that you're moving forward. While the long-term goals is kind of setting your vision and making sure you're growing long-term and setting your long-term direction. So having both and having daily efforts tracking to your short-term goals and knowing that those short-term goals lead to a long-term vision, that's what's going to give you satisfaction and a sense of achievement. So I always recommend my client to set larger quarterly goals that lead up to your long-term annual or even 5-year goals. And you can take your quarterly goals and you can break them into like smaller tasks and projects to evaluate even monthly or weekly. But every quarter, do a deep dive quarterly review so you can see how you track towards your quarterly goals. Again, what do you need to change? Did you achieve your goal? Maybe you were too aggressive, or did something change in the market? Like what happened? Did you meet your goal? Great. Did you way exceed your goal? Maybe you weren't aggressive enough, right? So it's just a really good time to sit down every quarter and look at how you did towards your quarterly goals. And then you can look at that and see how you're tracking and what you need to adjust for meeting your annual goals.
You said a word, Anita, about, I don't know, 6 to 8 times. Can't remember, didn't count them. quarterly. What an important word. Guys, quarterly reviews, quarterly is with a lot of things, your finances, your goal, everything that we're talking about that you're doing annually now, you need to revise quarterly. Why? Changes happen every few months. So if there are no changes, that's great. But if they are, you'll know how to be proactive instead of being backwards, right? So quarterly, write it on top of your computer. Guys, this is amazing. Look, in conclusion, planning shouldn't just be annual. We just said it. It should be a task that is a continual process of understanding, of adapting, of growing. Any parting thoughts, Anita?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Best businesses are not static. They continuously evolve. If you keep on top of your numbers and your goals, you have scheduled time to review them in depth, like we said, quarterly, and more often, weekly, monthly, depending on your KPIs and what you're doing in your business. If you have processes in place and KPIs set, you can quickly make changes, and it's going to make your annual planning not scary. It's going to make it fun and easy because you already have an idea of how you're doing and what you want to do going forward. So keep on top of it.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, guys, I know we're repeating. Annual planning 2024, make it or break it. You have to decide, right? Today, it was a lot of information. Really suggest go back to the recording, go back and, take back the notes of what you need to do. Connect with us if you need anything, whatever question that you have. None are stupid. Just connect with us because this is an important time. Don't forget, stay tuned for part 2. Next month, we're going to just go a little bit more in detail in the marketing planning. It's a portion of your annual planning that needs to be taken care of. But we want you to take this month and work with what you've learned today. And then that way, when you're going to get into your marketing planning, it'll just make it easier and less overwhelming. So we do hope that this information was useful and that you were able to take the notes that you wanted to. Like I said, feel free to watch it back. If you missed some of the steps, don't miss the steps. Go back. The recording is always going to be sitting on YouTube immediately after our live session that we have. Find us at Impactful Business Voices. We are always open to chat. Please reach out. Anita and myself were on LinkedIn, and you have the links up there. One more thing just to mention, if you are an impactful business owner with a story to share, we would love to speak with you and possibly, have you as a guest on our show. Please reach out with us on LinkedIn or email us at info@impactfulbusinessvoices.com.
So again, don't miss out on future episodes. Make sure you catch us next month for part 2 of the planning. And we will see you here next week, Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, with another exciting guest. Stay tuned.
Until next week, guys, go make an impact.
Thank you for listening to Impactful Business Voices. Subscribe now and don't miss an episode. Thank you for listening to Impactful Business Voices. Subscribe now and don't miss an episode.